So first I'm going to start by showing you how to do intro chicken stock, which is very simple, but sometimes just seeing it in video helps you to realize exactly how simple it is. And you'll find that on the first day or two of GAPS, you'll probably be pleasantly surprised at how good it tastes, even though it's just boiled meat and boiled veggies. That we're able to add the sea salt to it really helps the flavor, and it's really the first day of GAPS, you'll probably be surprised at how easy it is. So here I'm going to show you how to make our GAPS chicken stock. So the first thing that we're going to start with is chicken stock, because it's such a good gut healing, amino acid rich food. We're just going to put our chicken thighs in the bottom of our stock pot. And that's done. Throw away our package. If you have some herbs that you would like to use, you can put those in as well. We are going to be straining them out. If you have ginger adds a nice flavor. This is just a little bit of ginger from a knob, and these are available in pretty much every produce section of the grocery store. Fresh ginger, and that just gives it a nice flavor. And here's some onion scraps, and this will give it a nice rich color. So just scraps from onions or scraps from any vegetable that are GAPS legal. No potatoes, no starchy vegetables. Then we're gonna fill the pot with filtered water. And that's really all there is to it. And then we will simmer it for 1 hour. Intro chicken stock isn't simmered for very long. So we're just gonna use medium heat for about 1.5 hours. It'll take about half an hour to bring it up to a simmer. And then we want to simmer it covered for another hour. So here we have our chicken stock. I like to let it cool down until it's just warm to touch, just so that you're not pouring boiling liquid, which is kind of dangerous to do in the kitchen. It won't go bad, especially with the lid on it. You're not going to get a bunch of bacteria from the air in it in just an hour or so that it takes to cool down until it's not super hot. So we're just going to strain it by pouring it through a colander. And so I just have a large bowl, and I put my colander right inside and pour it through. And then you can smell the ginger in there. If you put ginger, it smells delicious. Either way, it smells. My kids thought it smelled like pizza while it was cooking today. Then just kind of let the drips go. Then I like to put that back there. And I'll show you what to do with the chicken that we just took out, that we've had boiling for 1 hour. So this is our stock. The intro stock is more blonde. It's lighter in color than the stock if we brown the meat a lot beforehand. And then I like to pour this into just mason jars to easily add to soup and to heat up. And then I do that over the sink so that if any spills, it doesn't make a huge mess on the counter. And it's just kind of a trick, like you'll learn how fast to pour based on what bowl you're using to pour from, so it doesn't spill all over. So this will probably be about 4 quarts. And lots of mason jars, but mason jars thankfully are inexpensive. So I just put them in the bottom of my sink there and pour, hopefully without spilling. Some of it is going to spill. Oops. Sometimes pouring faster helps it to spill less. And you might be a lot better at not spilling this than I am. I just lost probably about 1 quart of chicken stock. And then we're just gonna put lids on this and put it in the fridge. So I like these. These aren't watertight, so if you're gonna travel with these, make sure you put other lids on. But these are great for the fridge and they're easy to clean. Then I'm just gonna rinse it off because I did make such a mess with that. So after our chicken stock has chilled, you can see the fat on top. And depending on your cut of meat, there'll be more fat. Some of the really fatty chicken, it'll be like 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch on the top of a jar of chicken stock. So you can use your spoon to remove it, and then you can use this to cook in on later stages of intro. It'll say cook in chicken fat, And that's what I mean, is it's the stuff that rises to the top of the jar. So from the chicken that we just made stock with, this is still good, and you can eat all this. You can eat the fat. I would actually encourage you to blend that into your soups. So I'm gonna put the fat in one bowl, or sorry, the skin in one bowl. Then we're gonna take off the meat, and this is all meat, this is thigh meat. And you can just eat this, you can add salt to it, or you can boil it. So just kind of feel anything that's tough is gonna be too hard to chew. But the soft skin, you wanna blend into soups. When we're not an intro and we're boiling these for longer, we're boiling the chicken stock for longer, you can snap those bones in half, and then you can put them in stock a second time through, and the marrow will come out and into the stock. So I'm gonna reuse these bones, and I'll just simmer, I'll take the vegetables and the herbs out, add any more that we have in the fridge, and reuse these bones again for stock again. Here's some more meat on here. Okay, so this is the tendon on the end. And if you boil these longer, so on intro we're only supposed to boil the stock, it's meat stock, and we only boil it for an hour. But if you boil it for longer, these will get soft, and so you want to put those, if they're soft, in with the skin. And some people in intro do boil their bones longer so that they can break them open and they can get the collagen out. But if you're following exactly what it says in the GAPS book, it's only supposed to be for an hour. So we have all of this meat, and you can cube this up and put it in there's some hard stuff in there we're gonna take out. You can cube this up, just dice it with a large chef knife. And then here's this that we can use the immersion blender or the regular blender to puree in some soups.